And that should be us on stream. Take it away, Bruce.
Here we are.
Excellent. Good evening, session 3 of Blade Runner Fiery Angels. Last time we had our BR for the RDU unit, Rep Detect unit, still out in the case, trying to find out why a replicant was trying to break into Wallace's memory. Miles, and they've been searching down and finding clues of finding the same people turning up again, dead. Last time we had Benna looking at a clue to go to Bright Eyes and having found another body lying on the floor, as well as some butterflies. We had Novak visiting the Rittner's Zoological after apparently a burglary and an owl was stolen. Great strength.
Which we think we've seen, right?
Which we think might be related to the same owl seen in an image back at the Yukon Hotel, which is where the body was found off. And this is the bit where I forget the name and blow it. What's the first replicant because he's got no head? Ellis and Bale.
That's him.
It's hard to remember because they don't have a head.
Maybe his name tag.
Percival, and just correct me, it was yourself that went to Wallace Court to have a chat with Quell, the PR. You've met Quell before in the previous case, who reminded you of the memory back and the memory sphere you were trying to get through some information from. And it brought you a very old pre-blackout information.
An audio recording, right?
Went back to 20. Yes, it was a recording. Yes, it was actually an old video recording, security footage recording, because you could see the people from the camera angle of a woman being interviewed by a very, who appears to be at the time a Blade Runner with a Voight-Kampff machine.
Oh, yes.
She identified herself as Rachel, and he identified himself as Deckard. That took over about 100 questions. And you also have Becker. You were meeting up in the morning with an off-world contact, a former buddy of yours, about concerns about he was concerned about some people disappearing, looking for breakfast. Also, we're trying to take you down memory lane, which you were not in the mood for, and eventually you decided you wanted to have at least a scout out. But before you could, there was a cry. A crowd gathered. Then you went over and you saw him, and he was pointing his finger, and he looks like he's actually been stabbed. And that is where we left
He
it.
died, and where was he pointing? He was pointing towards something specific.
He was pointing at what appears to be yourself at the time.
Yeah.
Like you killed me in that sense, yeah?
Yes. That is where we are, and this is on the day 2 of the investigation. This is the coming to the end of the morning shift when this is all kicking off. Now, who wants to jump in? Because I've still got the bright eyes of crime scene initially over. They come back and they've taken away the body.
I don't remember. She had the same MO of her eye gouge out, right?
Yes, her eyes were. Important thing, her eyes were somewhat almost like gentle and just squeezed in.
Same as the person we found in the hotel. Oh no.
Yes, Ellis Vale at the Yukon Hotel.
So, what's the plan for this time?
Well, this is the.
I'm
We've got
gonna.
2 bodies to investigate. 2 of us are with those bodies. The other 2 need to go to one or other of the bodies.
It was a lot of twos. Or do we bring the bodies in and then investigate them there?
Or,
I think the bodies will
investigate-
for the bright eyes will be called out and be brought in because
do
coming
we
in
need
the
to
morning,
investigate
discover the
the
body.
scene of crimes, or can we rely on our colleagues to do that?
Ooh, done.
I'm going to say
So,
for the
Frank,
bright eyes.
it's you and I
one-
who aren't with any bodies at the moment, right?
So you were saying about the bright eyes?
I was going to say the bright eyes. I don't think you're going to get anything more from that scene. That was certainly picked up from the last one, just to make sure you're not losing time. Because
No,
time
fine. I'm
does play a
absolutely
value.
fine with that. Yeah. Thank you for
So,
reminding me.
last time I said that I was going to take the spinner after informing everybody on the Kia of what had taken place with Michael Vane. And I was going to go thinking that with him pointing to me, my supposition was he was informing me that it was one of my own. And so I'm assuming that the person who's killed him is actually McCoy. And so I've called it in, and I'm getting into the spinner, and I want to look at the shore to see if there are any parts or bodies or people there, because he reported that things were missing. People were missing. Parts were being sold and dealt through the black market.
So, okay, so we'll see you take off. Obviously, you deal with the police that come through. They take through. They thank you for while another. We're obviously the janitor crew because we clean up the bodies after you. Sort of smirk. But they do take away, and his body will be taken to the RIT crime lab, which our esteemed colleague will look.
Had an idea last time, actually, I remember.
Yes, you were going to talk to the Lurian, I believe. You're going to contact back, pick up with
That's what I
him.
was
'cause
going to do. Right, I'm headed off in that direction, but other people can.
It's not really far.
Any
Far
more
from
where
you
I
to
am.
walk to it. Yep.
So this is having pulled together on my Kia the information that Doug and everyone has given.
The only information that isn't uploaded, and I believe Percival did not upload it, is the recording from the memory, because he was specifically told by Wallace Corp, "Don't you dare."
That's okay. We can watch that on an old movie from like.
Yeah, exactly. 1981 or something.
So I'll go. I'll walk into the Illyrian shop.
He comes in again, lined up, and he kind of tilts his head, sniffs, and says, "Detective." He's obviously he's obviously can tell you. Yes,
I've got a theory. Which your replicant friends might want to know. I don't know whether this is. It's only a theory. I don't have evidence. But I wonder, are replicants being harvested for superior body parts?
He kind of gets his hand heavy on his heart and says it's hard to hear that even crimes, I mean, as you're aware, there's no new crime of the harvesting of organs. It does not matter whether it's human or replicant, but replicants are sometimes sought after. Some people cannot feel that way. There is a rumor that goes around that they could possibly be used to help people buy them because they believe if they have healthy body parts. But that's that will help them pass for the off-world exam if they have the right health.
I think I need an into
But
this
that's
market.
just a
It's
rumor.
going too far.
But
I
there hasn't
retired a
been very much
replicant
I've heard
the
of.
other day who I don't think was a replicant,
Mm.
but he was super strong.
Mm.
Obviously, nobody's going to trust me. I've got an idea, and you may not like this idea, I say, but I'm just going to run it past you, and you can tell me to get out. Would you be interested in helping out the replicant community? I lean forward on the desk. Just by putting out word that you might be, you might have the capital to spend on a decent pair of eyes.
Mm.
See what offers come forward.
And you think that this would attract people?
I don't know. I'd just be interested to see. Now, obviously, if anybody knows me, they know I'm not in the market for replicant parts. Too old. Too old for off-world. And, well, people make assumptions about my prejudices. And, you know, those assumptions are right.
Indeed.
So, you know, I need an in. We need an in. The city needs an in. The replicant community needs an in on this gang of criminals before it goes too far.
Well, I can put some feelers out, but I would be rather exposed.
Well,
if
this is my
somebody
plan.
Was interested. Well,
You could make it known that you will send an intermediary. It won't be you.
I see. I see where you're going with this.
And it doesn't
Okay,
need to be me. It can be me. It would fox a few people. But, you know, there are a number of people on the force who are less well known or even duplicates.
Well, that's good to know. I will certainly put the word out.
Cool.
Because
You know-
I'm concerned, and I've got that, I'll try to come back to you as soon as, very, very soon as.
I hold his hand because I know you can't hold mine. So I find his hand, I put it between mine, and I say, people think I'm a rough old sort. I just want to thank you. You're doing the right thing.
He kind of thanks, and he just sort of turns his hand. He's kind of almost doing that line, followed on the lines a bit.
Yeah.
And he's kind of staring. It's almost like he's looking at you, but of course the milky white eyes tell you otherwise. He's like, oh, yes, I can see. And perhaps when he says see onto your palm, that you're sometimes conflicted with your choices between duty and right.
But I try,
But
even
I
if
will,
I have conflicts, I try and do the best thing for this city.
Yeah.
And I'm off.
Excellent. One of the things I was going to say, because you would have
Oh.
normally updated your KIAs up.
One of the things you were going to say is GM. Sorry, okay, carry on.
Yes.
I thought I missed a clue.
Yeah,
No,
probably.
well, just remember
Well,
the clue that one of the things to remind from the last time is back at the Bright Eyes.
The butterflies.
There was the butterflies, and you can see on one of the displays a couple of butterflies that match the description that was uploaded by Fenner up on there.
Oh. So I'm leaving the door and I turn around and I say,
Cool.
just one more thing. Did I leave a dirty raincoat here?
Yes,
that's a
you're
joke
playing
of a certain
Novak,
age.
and Novak does wear dirty mat. Yes.
He's also blind in one eye.
You should see a spinner. It's a right old wreck.
Those butterflies. I've seen them before somewhere. Where did you get them?
I designed them. It's my speciality. Would you interested in them? I cannot give them free. That would be deemed as bribery. That's not something for yourself. But if you're interested, but I designed them, and sometimes I only give them to good friends.
No, you know, I'm only a policeman. I've only got policeman's wages, and I'd want to pay. I'm heading back, and I'm furiously texting on my KIA to Fenner. The Illyrian makes those butterflies you saw.
Oh. Have you asked him if he sold her to the owner of the Bright Eyes?
No, I didn't ask him that.
One more thing.
One more thing. Rush back in, Matt. You just went the door.
I hate it when a replicant's right. I turn around and stick my head through the door. Say, those butterflies, did you sell them to the owner of the Bright Eyes?
So, no. Oh, no.
Or give them?
No, I gave them. A dear friend of mine, Seraphine. Why, she's not in trouble or anything. I mean...
So there's just in the background of something I was shown. What is it worth it? No, there's no point. Look, I was going to show him the picture and see what his reactions are, but there's no point in showing him the picture.
Your voice.
The sound's just a wee bit off. Yeah, the mic's volume's kind of gone a wee bit, I think, when you adjusted it.
Interesting. How's it sounding now?
Oh,
perfect now. You were just a wee bit faint, but you were thinking about going to ask him something. But yeah, Seraphine, she's a great dear friend. And she comes
So
in.
what I was about to say is I was going to show the picture on my KIA, but there's no point because he's blind.
Good point.
I will ask the question: do you actually show him and then realize, or do you just go, "Oh no, better not"?
Oh, well, when you're giving me that enormous bloody great 2x4, I am going to foolishly show him the picture, and then go, okay. Of course you can't see this, but I was my plan was to show him the picture and see his reaction, and maybe I did it before I realised that of course he wouldn't react at all because he's blind. Except,
right.
Does he react?
Somebody just said something. You might want to do some insight roll. Get work to your strength, man.
First roll of the evening.
Roll is not my strength. Just saying.
We have for the last sessions, we have not been getting you guys play to your strengths.
Not at all, no.
Mm.
But it's always worked.
No.
Hold on. What do I do with the insight roll? I press the button. Oh, there we go. So it's working again now. I'm just rolling, aren't I? No bonus.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
That's fine.
I see.
No, it's totally
I see
fine.
nothing.
You
I
realise
think
that you
it's
put
fine.
down. Yeah. Yep.
What are my strengths again?
Perfectly okay.
Moaning.
Making
moaning?
Your inner thoughts, Novak.
I warn you, C3PO, that my strengths are an A in firearms.
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, we believe that.
Mm.
See Exhibit A lying in morgue. So that's where you go through. Right. Let's cut to. Let's say just before, because we'll come to Doug and probably last, but just want to check. Where's Fenna going? Because we didn't pick up where Fenna or Percival.
Fana, there is any camera footage that we can salvage from the Bright Eyes, or the place wasn't monitored?
And you wouldn't probably find something there, but you could go to the it'll be a tech roll, or you can have it uploaded and requested to review.
Sorry, can you repeat that again? Sorry.
So you can make a tech
roll.
roll
Okay.
to your KIA and try and analyze it from your KIA, or you can have it uploaded straight to the mainframe and ask somebody there to look at it for you. It will cost you a promotion point to do that.
Yeah, she's not very good at. Let's try. Let's try for tech. Four.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Mm.
So as you're having a look around, you're finding something you're trying to analyze for the time. It's pretty much you go back to the previous night from it. It's a bit interesting from the angle because you're looking at people, but there's one individual who kind of catches your eye, but they seem to just know not to look at the cameras in a way. And it's a way you kind of feel like they go in, they go out, you're trying to get an analyze, but you just see if it. All you can tell is it looks like a male, very shabby looking clothes. And it's a overcoat. The rain doesn't help when it comes down, and it goes in. But they've also got the hood up as well, so their hidden face an image for it. So it's like a jacket, and they've got a hoodie bit over, and they go in.
Oh, does he? I don't know if I can spot it or not, but does he have the build of Elias?
It looks pretty big or bulky, but you can't really quite tell. It could possibly be like Elias, but you can't quite tell from the image. It's not the best angles, and you're not getting the best imageries. If you're trying to bounce off images, you're going to need the mainframe at this point. if you want to try and dig further. But the image you've got, you just can't quite get a bit. You're hoping like, oh right, I really need something to zoom and hopefully it'll bounce off and they can reflect off that to get a good image that can help build up the profile.
Okay, and then I will send the footage to the mainframe to check it out later. And for the time being, I guess I will go back to the. We're still in the beginning of the shift, and no need to rest for now, right?
You've already had one rest, so we're on the afternoon shift, starting into that, because your morning shift was taken up by the examination of the bright eyes, finding the body, doing some analysis, picking up on some crime from it.
Okay.
Because you've also had to deal with Q's and A's, dealing with the procedures as well. This is what consumes a bit of time, because you've also had to call on, there's a body here, we need to get everybody to bag and tag.
Yeah, probably since we send Seraphine body to the morgue, I will go to the morgue and meet Percival there.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the bodies will be there, along with Michael's body as well. That will turn up from a different crime scene, but they will turn up.
And in the meantime, I'm checking on Baker and checking on her because she said she will meet us at Bright Eyes and no contact then.
No, did Baker let everybody know about Michael?
Yes.
Or did that? That's about,
okay.
yeah. So Baker said she's cancelled, she's going to do a scout along the wall.
I did send to Fenna to check any of the CTV footage of the area to try to see if they saw anybody who could have possibly been close enough to stab, or if they saw the event.
Okay, I will go to the. You were near the seawall, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're probably at the seawall docks.
Yep.
Bring up the map will probably the easiest thing to do. Let's make that the active scene. Bring everybody over. So the seawall is, he says, scrolling. In sector 12. So that is where Baker is. And we have Animoid Row, because it's all a bit clustered up here. It's kind of sad, but I always look for Piss Alley first, and then I look just north of that to find Animoid Row.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where Animoid Row is. And Bright Eyes was in Sector 1. There. And of course, lording over everybody is Wallace Court, where Percival was in the first shift.
Yeah.
So you're both heading to the. It sounds like both of you agreed to go to the RIT crime lab.
If I haven't been requested to go anywhere else by my colleagues, then that's where I would be going. Yeah.
I think Feather's requested if you could go there, but unless you've got nope, I'm doing my own thing.
No. You know me. Always happy to help. So we're
because
at LAPD headquarters, aren't we?
Yes, you're both heading back to LAPD headquarters. Right. I will jump to Becker because you're flying along the seawall.
Yeah. I've called into dispatch, and I've asked dispatch if they can ping the location of McCoy. If they know where he is.
I did put a trace on him, so hopefully that can help.
I remember that.
And they put in for a call. They will reach out. They will give a call to it. Point is scheduled. He is actually got a flight route to come back. He is got a flight route heading back to the LAPD mainframe for it.
Do you have his previous location?
We don't have that. We'll get that uploaded when he lands his
Hey, cheers.
details over. Okay. So as you're flying, you're going through the area. So just give me a rough description. You're in your detective spinner. You're kind of alone, but it's not always personally recommended you go far out off there. As you go through, you can see the waves crash. The walls are pretty big. They've got this little curve, but when the waves are out, not bashing against, they do kind of give some protection, and they're quite high enough to protect into it. Because most of LA is protected. You're kind of looking around. Because of it is there, you can see some things along the wall that some people are trying to build, like a small breakups of shanty towns.
Yes.
Like docks and old boats and old off-world bits that have been left there to rot and decay. They're waterlogged or they're on jetties to round up, but some of the sea spray does hit against them. Some of them are protected, others are within there. Some are within. Any place that generally is out does tend to get hit pretty hard, but there should be breakers to break down the tsunamis because they're trying to protect as much through. However, if you ain't got the money to live in the place proper, you have to set up and look for places elsewhere. You see a lot of these places. You can see around on the side as well on the wall. And you hear the waves hitting, crashing as you go along. How are you flying up? High, low? Give me a distance.
I'm flying so that the spinner itself can keep a visual and provide me with a visual. But I also want to be low enough so that I can do my own scanning to see if there's anything that would connect the possibility of piracy.
Right, okay.
Nice.
I'm going to ask for... I just reminds myself, I'm going to jump into some of these character sheets for the skills. I don't need to go into anybody's, I don't need to create a new one. This is always the fun bit where you need to just remind yourself.
If you need any handouts or whatever, just tell me. Yeah, I'll pull them up.
Well, it's just remind myself because it's this typical year zero engine when we create a game. Sometimes we call the same thing different names. So
yes.
observation roll. I'm going to say because you're trying to keep flying the spinner and trying to do things as well, and it's a bit of the rough waves over the side of the wall, you're going to be disadvantaged.
Yeah.
Just to try and say that.
Oh dear.
Well, he had a
Gotta push it.
6, 7, or 8. Yeah, so he had a 5 and 8 chance getting the result. No. Okay. It's quite hard to really see. But you look at things, you're finding your time, you think you see something, you cast your light on it to get a better look. It just looks like a bit of debris. You think it's a body. It's actually just a bit of broken strings and everything. As you look over some of the bits over the shantytown bits or where people are, they're kind of scurrying away because they see they don't like this. The only people they think you should be over is the police and authorities, and they just don't feel comfortable with that. And so they scurry or hide, basically.
And this is expected. Like, this is normal behavior for a spinner to be. If a spinner is around, this is something that they do. They don't want to have people intruding in their lives.
Yeah, I mean, even one of them sees you and just flips you the bird, basically.
Yeah,
because you've got a light in their face, that sort of thing, that sort of attitude. You've got something, you've got a vehicle, you're richer than me. Beat you, buddy.
Seeing that there's nothing specific, I do kind of turn around, head back, taking another look to see if I spot anything that would give me any indication, maybe going a little more northern, but not crazy out of my way, and then I'm going to head back.
Okay, so it's going to take you a fair little bit from that. That's fair enough. That's going to be your time into it. So we're going to cut to the RIT lab. Your personal friend will walk in. Well, actually, I'm assuming you're going to the RIT lab. You could actually go into the mainframe. You meet up.
Let's meet up. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to meet up.
I'm meeting Fenna right now.
Yeah.
Fenna, first of all, seen I'm going to do a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Have we went to the Wallace Corporation headquarters after we've seen the leaflet at?
I have been to Quell to see Quell. I did not ask her about the leaflet though, because I thought it was just a leaflet. But I did ask her about what was his name? I want to call him Evan, but that's not right.
Ellis.
And he was a worker from that time.
Indeed. It appears that what's his name? Ellis was after a particular memory sphere. He was trying to steal it from pre-blackout with an audio recording of an interview with a replicant.
No. That's weird. What? Do we have access to in game? Do we have access to this recording, or it was?
Unfortunately, it was deemed as protected, property of Wallace.
Yeah, property of Wallace.
Okay.
Because any of the former stuff was sent over.
Seemed to be a highly developed replicant. I think it was a Tyrell, wasn't it? Replicant? Rather
yes,
than
Tyrell Corporation.
Yeah.
Tyrell's work.
If you remember Lilith Tyrell, it was her dad, right?
Yes. No, her...
Uncle.
Her uncle who developed this. So it was one of his replicants. So it's possible that somebody wants to get back to the old research of the Tyrell Corporation that has been inherited or bought up or stolen, depending who you ask, by Wallace. So, but what have you got for me? What have you found?
I found this every place I go right now. It seems bodies follow. I follow bodies, or body follows me.
Oh dear! You didn't cast this body, did you? It was probably Novak again, right?
Yeah. Not his style. It was subtle. Not. It was very, very. What do you call it? It's personal. It was very personal. They had their eyes gouged out. This is the same method that we.
I see. Let's go and see Coco. Let's see what he can make of it.
Okay.
Okay.
We have three bodies now in the morgue: the Ellis and Seraphine and Baker's acquaintance, or still wasn't.
You have 3 bodies you believe to be related to your case. There's a lot more bodies in there. But yes, yeah. 3 bodies that you're interested in. If you're looking for anything else, I don't think Coco does offer that whole "would you like to look at another body" sort of thing.
He's not into that, is he?
No, well, I think he's just here to do the job, sort of thing.
Right. So we have got. This is the body from. Which one is it? From Bright Eyes.
Yes.
Yes, so this is Seraphine.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, back again. Obviously, you're interested in helping out again." He offers you the scalpel.
Sure.
Possible?
I'll happily help out again.
And why don't I bring up his?
My favorite hobby.
Because if he is. Please don't tell me you imagine it's a certain Blade Runner that you're dissecting.
Okay, I won't tell you.
You will also gain bonus dice from Coco. I'm just getting his medical aid, which is a D12.
So, that is medicine, you said, yeah? Medical aid?
You're
Also too late for medical aid.
Yep.
And a D...
Well, it's always medical aid when you're doing autopsies.
D12. So, D12, yeah? Add it.
Yeah, you get an extra D12 to help.
I can't roll it for some reason. I can roll it. I can either roll it advantage or disadvantage, but the roll button doesn't work. Let me try that again. I just briefly press F5. Aww, it's chucked me out of the game. So, give me a moment.
We are able to come back in.
And he's back.
I'm back. So, medical aid. Let's do this again with an extra D12. It grays out the roll button when I put the extra D12 on. But I can roll it on advantage. There you go, 1 success.
Success. Okay, well, we already know about the point of basically the more obvious head trauma.
Yeah.
And it is the same, so we already know that. And you've already got the time of death because Fenner's worked this out. And what you do pick up on is that you get some bit, you go through, you trace through, and you realise that her body has bruises, as if there was a struggle. What you then do is flip over the hand, because she's got long fingernails.
Take a sample.
Scrape some stuff, because it looks like there are minute traces of blood. He says, right, well, we've got analysis, we can do that. It will take a while to analyze the blood sample. I'll put it through the trace. It should come back. It's going to take a bit to come back onto that. Is there anything else that while you're here we'll have a look at?
The eyes, they were gouged out, you said, but is there anything, were they really crushed in?
Exactly, yeah, they're like crushed in. It's exactly the same as the Ellis body that came in.
So
actually, there'll be 4 bodies.
Is there any way of identifying whether it was the thumbs or other things that were crushing those eyes?
Well, he does the whole, it looks like, does that, almost like he's about to do it to you, but doesn't do it to yourself.
So are there any other sort of fingernail marks or whatever on the forehead where you would anchor yourself to do that?
Well, it's very clear that from these two bodies, he's pointing to both the Ellises. One without the head did that to this one.
But
We-
this,
Yeah, and it's easy to tell that one's the replicant and that one's the real.
oh, we can
So he
tell
points
it
to
now.
the one as. Well, I believe that one is a bootleg replicant. He's pointing to the headless one. This gentleman is real. He's got some
That's the other Ellis. is it?
muscle disorder.
Oh, right. So
they-
he actually had that. The real Ellis had the muscular dystrophy that was
The
found.
muscle. Yeah,
And
he had his muscle
the
disorder.
smoker's lung and all that.
Yeah, oh, yes.
And now we've got
He was not fit for off-world.
Seraphine. Any clue whether she
Yep.
was real or whether she was a replicant?
Seraphine is. That's an interesting point. I'll have a look. No, she looks human. She appears human.
So that's 3 bodies, and the 4th one was?
Fourth one was so you've got Michael, who was brought in
Oh, yes, of course.
as well. Yeah.
And he was
so-
stabbed.
Yeah. Well, I think it's that stab wound that killed him because that's the only obvious entry wound, and he has both his eyes.
I personally, the only reason why I know this name is basically because Becca mentioned it, right? I didn't know this person beforehand.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do we
So
notice
Becca did
any?
mention it.
Do we notice any surgery that was done lately on any of them? I don't know. You said that they were both humans, but there is any organ that were taken, or
And none of them look like they're missing any parts or anything.
okay?
So, what do they want us to look at then? Mindframe?
So there's
Yeah.
still the mainframe here, yeah.
So we could see whether there's any ESPA recordings or any other crime scene recordings that we can enhance.
Yeah, I uploaded the one when with bright eyes. Did we get any footage from the one with the owl was
hotel?
stolen?
Oh, the Rutners, yes, you did,
Oh, that
because
one's
they uploaded it, yes.
Hmm.
So,
I can show you the handouts
do you
again.
have that?
But remember, guys, you can look up the handouts yourself, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, you can have a look up and you should have access to the handouts.
Yep.
Nobody's opened up any new handouts in this point so far.
Ah.
The only thing that doesn't exist is
Hmm.
Michael, because it was just a random roll.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Did we have any clear footage on the woman holding the owl? Did we,
No,
did
you
we,
didn't get a clear image.
the best was the
The image you get.
photo outside of the hotel.
You
That
got.
was really vague.
Yeah.
And the hotel guy mentioned that she was middle-aged, dark hair, I think.
Lock.
I don't know if.
Yeah.
So this was the outside the hotel picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does not. If you look at the picture of Seraphine, I believe Seraphine is up to hand out. You can tell by the hair,
Doesn't look like that.
or the outline, it does not look the same.
I don't know if we had the theory or not, but or we just was assuming. Did we compare it to Lilith Tyrell?
I don't think we have, no. You mean
No,
the
we
woman with
haven't.
the owl, not Seraphine, yeah?
No. Yeah.
Well, we know Lilith, and we have probably got records of her. She's even been in the newspaper again, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
was killed.
He did.
Maybe we can...
After all that work to save her life,
Yeah,
it's time
indeed.
with her. daughter as well.
Somebody shot
Yeah.
her, right?
This image has just come up on my KIA. Who is it?
The picture, there was Seraphine. The murder
Seraphine,
She was
victim
the
yeah.
woman
in
murdered
Bright Eyes.
at
Bright Eyes.
Right, I
Eyes.
see.
And the woman that was given the butterflies by
By the Aurelian.
the Aurelian.
But we were discussing whether that matches the silhouette with the owl, and I don't think it does.
Do we know how Lilith was killed?
Wasn't she shot in front of us?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't shot in front of you? No, Lilith wasn't shot in front of you.
I can't remember.
There was an attack previous, but she didn't. I don't think she died. Again, this is a bit where people watch the episode and go, "Oh my god, they did totally kill that NPC." I brought her back to life like a bad soap opera.
We killed some a replicant that was pretending to be her.
No, I think it was we killed the replicant who was trying to attack her.
Yeah.
Leah.
She was
Tried to
she
attack
was,
her, who
she was
believed,
having the
who
memory.
gave her bad memories.
Yeah, she has the memory of her daughter being.
That's right. That was Leah.
Burned. Yeah.
I just shared another
Leah.
picture. This is from Run Sitter, the pet shop, zoological, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, this is
This
No,
is the man
no.
who stole the
Technically, you didn't get
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, we
yet.
didn't. Sorry, I thought we had.
No.
Oh, oops.
Why did I get
Why
that
don't
one?
we say why? Because you didn't pass your tech roll.
You got this one.
I didn't manage to.
You got this one.
But I
When
asked
you,
him.
got
yeah,
that
you got
one,
that
yeah.
one. Yeah,
We got
that
that
one
one.
you got. Shame, you're right, Shane. Why don't you make a tech roll in advantage, please? We're looking at that crime scene.
Who should be making the tech roll? Me?
Somebody with tech.
Well,
No.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
good
go
at
on.
tech.
Somebody with better
Check.
tech than I have.
As I'm going through the mainframe with Fenner, I might just do the roll.
yeah.
Do I
I
get an
can
advantage because we're on the mainframe?
Yes, and if Fenner is helping,
Yeah.
you can gain the dice.
Oh,
as well.
oh.
I think that'll do.
That'll do.
Right, enhance, zoom,
Hang on, I'll enhance the picture.
and
I'm,
it
so,
do
I'm sorry,
facial
Frank.
recognition and tell us his name.
I'm sorry, Frank. You need 7 successes for this according to the book.
I better push then, eh?
Even if you pushed, you still wouldn't get. No,
With the extra
bloody-
die.
bloody play. I'm so glad you're not shooting a gun.
So now I'm showing the picture that I just found, and I'm going to upload it to
Oh
the
right,
Yeah.
how convenient, Frank! You bring that picture.
Sorry, I thought we had done that.
Yes, you get a picture of somebody with an owl.
And that could be the same owl, because there are not
Yes.
so many owls.
Is this?
No, owls are very rare. They don't really even design them for it. So yeah,
This is a different face to the face that was outside the hotel, right?
Is it?
This is Alice, I guess.
Is this Ellis?
Alice is missing.
Scruffy.
Let me just get the hotel one again. I think that's different. This is the hotel one. The face on the bottom left.
Different.
No.
Different hairstyle, but same jaw and.
Looks
Yeah.
younger.
yeah,
Thinner.
yeah.
Oh, but you're at the station, right, with the mainframe.
Yeah.
Can you do a correlation? Have those two faces been caught on city cameras elsewhere?
We can try. But that sort of wide-ranging search can take a while.
Oh,
Well,
He says from his Kia.
yeah.
I don't know what I'm
yeah.
doing.
You've seen you kind of see you kind of feel that face is very familiar to you.
I'm just comparing it to my own face on my character sheet. Not quite.
It's you! I knew it, you traitor!
Not quite. Not quite. Computer says no.
Can I make a connections roll?
I'm going to say, because you did so well with that roll, I'm just going to see. You just want to go back through the LAPD. You wanted that one. You wanted to have a look at the streets. And you wanted to have a look at... where else do we want to have a look at, just to remind me?
Well, I'd like a comparison to those images for the seawall district at the time of death of my acquaintance.
Okay, excellent. Right.
And of course, if Coco finds any trace DNA or whatever of a perpetrator on Michael, was it?
Yes.
We would want to know about it.
Was that McCoy?
Sorry, I didn't.
Sorry, I
catch that.
missed that, Mohammed.
The person holding the owl in the shop. That look like McCoy, if I'm not mistaken.
They both look like McCoy to me.
Hang on.
Well,
the guy on
here's the
right.
funny thing. When you think that looks like McCoy fella, it kind of helps because you look at the screen and you see McCoy walking by past the mainframe.
I have a picture
going-
of McCoy.
Hold on.
Going
I'm
up.
listening here.
And
Can you see that owl?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can't see the face of that person carrying the owl,
No.
but can we
This is
can we
McCoy.
measure? Oh, that's
We're assuming that this
Sorry,
person is
can-
a
can we
female.
measure?
Can we do something with the size of that silhouette? Can we correlate that with the size of the man?
If we assume that the owl is the same size, is that what you're saying?
Owls are
Well,
really
interest-
rare.
yeah,
Really
well, interestingly
rare.
enough, you do a comparison with both McCoy and with Ellis, and the size comparison doesn't match up.
Okay.
So I'm going to take one of your successes away for that.
Oh.
But one success is definitely that looks like an image for going back to the one in Retner. It looks like
Like
McCoy.
McCoy. So it might have been McCoy with the owl at Runsitter. That sounds
Yep.
like Clue now, doesn't it? Cluedo.
Yep. There's a lead pipe.
And
There's the library.
he just walked past us as well.
Yep.
I look at Finna. What do you make of that?
We need to be more careful.
I think we need to definitely put a trace on this McCoy again.
Yeah. I will.
If I private message somebody on this chat,
You
you can use the
whisper
code.
within Forge. So I think it's W and then the character name or something. Or you can use Zoom.
do it.
Or we could just say we don't look at it.
You know what? I'll probably say in front of everybody just to, because otherwise it's not fair to the audience at home.
We have a
And you
great
guys just
audience
have
of two right now, so it's okay.
Mm.
One of them is
Yeah,
me.
Well,
but they
choose
both
better-
need to
choose-
know. They both
They
need to
both
know.
need to know.
One of them is me.
Well,
Unless you're about to PM me, in which case, don't tell anybody. Just tell me.
We can remove our headset if you want
can.
to whisper. stuff.
No, it's fine.
And then
It's
none of
fine.
us would know anything.
No, not all
it's
of
fine,
us.
'cause I think it's just it will make for an interesting bit of what the bloody hell is going on.
Yeah.
So let's have that. You've got McCoy going around. You've got a few clues going around into it. Novak, you're getting a bing on your.
I was the person with the private message. Everybody else, shut up.
Okay, no, okay. You do get a bing for the KIA. And so does Becker as well. To report
okay.
back to the LAPD.
Right,
Holden wants to have a chat with you.
bloody Holden.
With it. And here is the dirty little thing I'm going to throw as you're coming down. As you're coming in to land, this will be near the end of this shift. So if anybody wants any other things, there will be clues I will go back to on the analysis and on the blood.
Mhm.
So the bit that Doug you're asking for on
Yep.
the images, There is an answer to that, but I'm deliberately withholding the answer for
That's
dramatic
fine.
effect.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So is anybody else wanting to do anything because you're getting from that?
Do we know how Lilith Tyrell was killed? She was shot, or
She was shot. It was, I believe, to be an attack for it.
I think there's a handout in the newspaper.
but
Yes,
font is,
it's on the newspaper for it that tells
The Independent Sentinel.
yeah, but I cannot.
Independent
it's too small.
Sentinel. She was,
Is it this one? I
yeah,
hope
she
so.
was murdered.
Yeah.
No
it
suspects
looks like
in murder of
he's-
Lilith Tyrell's on the right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Her team was in there, and her body was examined. She was basically, it was almost like a murder assassination. No suspects as of yet.
Maybe
So,
after, maybe after we finish the meeting that is requested from us, we'll do.
Well, you two are still in the room.
Just
so,
as he was
Okay.
found dead.
So the other things that are kicking off is as both Novak and Mac are landing on top of the rooftop, we see both the LPDs as we got through. They come into land. As this is happening, you're looking more for the imagery from it. The first bit that comes up is to the request for what Doug was looking at the seawall, for Becker was last about the seawall. You kind of see something, you do kind of get a glimpse of McCoy there
What, on the roof or on the seawall?
at the seawall.
Okay.
It looks like he was there in the morning.
Yeah.
You kind of spot a vehicle near Bright Eyes near there. And you have to double take a bit, but you think you saw Becker in two places at once.
Hang on, Becker.
Becker. Yeah. As Becker is coming into land, as you bring into land and you choke the bit of the lander in, something hits your foot underneath the seat as you come out. And you take a quick look, and there is a knife with bloodstains on it. There is out loud on the klaxon on the rooftop is you. On the other side, you see Novak, and you hear the reception will Officer Becker and Detective Novak, please report to Holden's office.
What's that you got there, Becca?
This is a question. I
have not touched it. I am not going to touch it. Actually, before I get out, I'm going to send a message to have a team come and assess this, and assess the vehicle.
Okay. So they will come out. They'll assess the vehicle. One that comes up into the crime lab bit. You can tell Novak, because Novak is there.
Yeah, I'm going to say, there's a bloody knife in my spinner.
I look over your shoulder down at the floor in the car and I said, who you been murdering, Becca? Go on. Tell me it was one of those two annoying replicants.
Anti-replicants.
Anti-replicants? What do you mean?
Well, you know, people like you.
Is that a confession?
No, it looks like somebody's trying to frame me.
Did we see the?
Hold on. I read your KIA report.
Yeah.
You're a contact. You found him dead on the wall, right?
Inside around the market.
Pointing at what?
Pointing at me.
Pointing at you as you came in. Pointing in the direction of your approach.
As I was seeing him in his dying breath, he pointed to me.
He might have just been saying, "Save me!"
Yeah, you're funny. No, it's one of us. It's certainly a runner.
You mean pointing at our profession, not at you as an individual?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's McCoy. I'm sure that it's McCoy.
Well, I never trusted that fellow.
Yeah.
Do you think he planted this knife?
I don't. If I'm going to murder somebody, I'm going to murder them, and it will be loud, and it will be clear, and I will admit it.
That's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it. That's the only thing
you let me do it earlier on.
Well, yes, I did actually, and you did a wonderful job, as I knew you would. But I'm not going to play games. I've never played games. This is just somebody's screwing around with us. Somebody's screwing around with me. I don't know why.
Well, we're both reporting to what? Damn it, I've forgotten his name.
Detective Chief Holden.
Holden. We're both reporting to Holden.
Deputy, yeah.
So I like to think that the pieces are going to fall into place, and you will be framed by the end of this conversation. Shall we go and see it happen?
Let's.
I mean, no ill will. I just like to see the master at work.
Yeah. No, let's go.
Okay, we headed off. Well, I guess we have to wait until the evidence team that Becca has called to turn up, because we don't want any other changes happening. Yeah?
Yeah. So there is a team. They are up there to pick it up. They do the knife. They start doing the scene and climb through it. You walk in, you head the elevator down to Holden's office. You break into it.
Break into Holden's office?
Holden's office.
Well, I thought we were invited into Holden's office.
Yeah.
Well, you are in.
We're in there.
In there is Holden. Also, there is McCoy. Next to the desk, there are also two police uniforms in there, with their hands on their guns. No details over. I want you to witness this. Officer Backer, please hand in your gun and your badge. I want you to go with McCoy, and I want you to commit to a Voight-Kampff-Test. So Novak, you can observe, Detective Novak, you can observe through the window. Obviously,
you mean
we
to
have
say
use interview room 2.
I'm here as a Police Federation advocate, am I?
Indeed.
I look to you and I say, a master at work.
I say, I have my hands up. I say, someone come take my shit off me. And I want Coco to come up, and I want him to examine my hands. I want him to examine so that I haven't touched anything.
Coco.
I'm
who's
not
Coco?
touching my weapons.
Coco
You
is
take
the
them off of me.
RIT.
Sorry?
Coco is the chief medical examiner,
Okay.
the crime
I
lab.
will push my hands gently into your pocket and remove your badge and gun and whatever else
Yeah.
is in there.
We are not
Condoms.
witnessing, Percival and myself, we are not witnessing this, right?
No,
We are-
you've not been asked to
Okay.
turn up.
I will, as soon as I get a discreet moment, tell the two replicants that this has happened.
Two.
Oh, sorry, I mean my
replicants.
colleagues.
Discreet moment. Why in that room?
Spit it out.
I just imagine it was like a old school ground. Hey guys, you'll never guess what? It's totally brilliant.
No, I wasn't going to do it like that. I'm going to report to them. I have nothing against Becca. Becca is, last time I'm aware, human. So,
Yep.
So
Two places at once.
Mm.
You don't know that yet.
I
Becca,
don't know that yet.
No, I don't
You
know
two
that
know
yet.
about that.
We have seen the footage of Becker being at two places at once, right? All of us, or just?
No,
Just you
only,
two.
You two.
Okay.
but I've now told you that Becca's been arrested.
Are we on the way up, yeah?
I'm looking at. I'm just going to look at McCoy.
Uh huh.
I have got this connections thing,
Yeah.
so I know McCoy of old. Do I?
Yeah, McCoy has been around. He's actually one of the old rounds. He was around 2019. In fact, that's when he got his badge in 2019. In fact,
Am I?
what
I'm
you
quite old
realise
though, aren't
is-
I? Are we the same
Yeah,
school?
he's a little bit older.
Right. Okay.
And he joined around with, came up. In fact, you find out that the AM Rutgers is his first big sort of case that led him into the Blade Runner unit. That animal murders there, which led to a series of chasing down Nexus 6s. There were other
Okay.
former Blade Runners at the time, like Steel at that point, but
So as
It's a
we
big
leave the
case.
office, I'm going to say to the uniforms, you know where to take him. Or her. Are you a female?
Oh my
female.
gosh.
Becker's female.
Really?
Right. I couldn't
I
remember.
never noticed.
So you know where to take her. And then I turn to McCoy and say, you think she's a rep?
I think we
There
need
be
to
people
find out.
laughing.
I think we need to find out.
You know, there's a bloody knife in the car.
Is there? Well, I believe that will go down to Coco to find out.
She requested Coco examine her hands now. Are you going to go through with that?
Yeah, it's just every examination, everything will get picked up.
Yeah,
because
she is.
Remember, there's bootleg replicates out. There's two
If
Ellis's.
she needs
there.
retirement, she's mine. You understand that? Not yours.
Well, there's only one thing. Don't want to retire a human by mistake. We have to be sure. And then,
Oh, yeah. Oh, so fucking funny. Right, so I'm trying to hold back. I'm not getting anything out of him, even though I know him.
no, he just kind of wants to go through.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to say,
Yeah.
oh, is that your old gaff? You know, the Animal Emporium?
The case.
Yeah, back in
kind
the
of-
day.
It just kind of says hand. You won't know about the owl yet, because either.
I was going through their I'm actually gonna lie here. I'm going through their Esper and could have sworn I've seen you. You haven't been there recently. I mean, you know, it's 20, 30 years since the case that made your name.
Yeah, well.
What's she doing?
We're not talking about me, though. Yeah, we aren't talking about me, and right now, and Holden says, will you just get down and find out? Enough dicking around, Novak?
Hey, my job is to go in the observation room. Your job is to interview the possible wreck.
This is Deputy Chief Holden shouting out.
I was having us going down the corridor while.
Right.
Sorry, that was my imagination. She was on the way.
Right. Well, we'll find out soon enough. There's too many duplicates out there.
Hmm.
If there's 2 Ellises, the last thing we want is 2 backers.
2 Beckers, you say?
Yeah.
What makes you think there's 2 of them? Are you saying there's a
Just
human
kinda-
one and a replicant one?
Well, obviously someone hasn't been keeping up to date with the cases, but there's a human.
Hey,
Ellis.
I've been a busy man picking up your shitty rubbish from 20 years ago. You know how much that shop owner loves us police. Anyway, tell me, what's the gossip on Becca?
I think Novak is.
Why do you think there's 2 of them? Sorry, Frank, I missed that.
I think Novak is the actual replicant here.
I'm as flesh and blood as they come, mate.
Look at the serial number. He's got the serial number to prove it.
If I was a
been sand-
replicant, I would have shot myself in the head years
Then
ago.
sand it down.
Sand down your
So you
eyeball.
go for intake. Can I ask you? I'm going to ask you to make
Good. I've been waiting for you to ask me. To make
insight roll, which is always your favourite.
Oh, fuck me. Insight roll? You bastard.
Oh, you love insight rolls.
I was playing on my old connections with him.
Connections are more about down
Street
the
connections. Yeah, they love me on the street.
So this
Have
is
you seen how much they love me
no,
on the
that's more like talking to your contacts.
Yeah, okay.
I watched Police Squad. Yeah, I was watching Police Squad.
Yeah.
And it's basically going to the shoe shine guy asking, tell us about the facts. What's going on at Wallace
How do I do a push on that?
You push it.
the push option
button.
on the there's a push button.
It's on the dialogue box.
Bottom left. Yeah. There you go.
Ooh.
You get
Got a stress. We haven't been taking a lot of stress so far, so that's fine.
No, we haven't.
So I'm just going to. You didn't see that, right?
No, of
Nope.
course not.
Good.
Didn't see
Ooh.
that either.
Didn't see that either.
That's fine. Well, totally fine. You just there's something not quite right here, but you don't know.
Well, obviously there's something not quite right.
You're distant.
You put your microphone behind
He's
you
got his
again.
but aye, it's. But yes, that's all you're going to get because you come into the interview room. You're at the other end.
Just
room?
experts. Where do I record my point of stress?
It's automatically the.
It's on your resolve. It's your resolve.
Oh, my resolve
that
has gone
gets-
down. Okay.
Yeah, it's an odd thing. We call it stress, but it's the damage bit is on the resolve, so
Okay.
there is that.
When you're at 0 resolve, you have to go to
Right.
baseline test, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're into there. So you've let the other two know into there.
We were also summoned, weren't we?
No.
No, they weren't summoned. But I've let you know.
No, but you weren't summoned, but you get a beat from Novak.
Saying,
I don't know if you've got like a certain. You know how you get
Mm.
ringtones you can personalize. I don't know if you've got a certain one for Novak.
Yeah.
what would Novak's
Like a gunshot
Mm.
or a head exploding.
Ain't It a Kick in the Head by Dean Martin.
Yeah, there you go. A nice reference. I like that.
Mm. So
Could be
what-
worse. It could be Marilyn Rose. I want to be loved by you.
So I look at my Kia at the message, and I look and I look and I look over at Fenner, who was maybe doing the same, and said, "What, Becca? We've seen her twice, but I can't."
Becker
imagine."
is
yeah,
Becker
probably-
is being interviewed for the empathy test with the Voight-Kampff.
Mm.
And who's going to
Probably.
conduct that? Do you think Novak?
Definitely.
I
But-
will have told you, I'm pretty sure,
Mm.
that McCoy was going to do it.
McCoy, but he's only
McCoy is interviewing, yeah.
he's retired.
And
He's-
I'm observing as a colleague rep or whatever.
But McCoy is no longer employed here. He's just sort of an advisor, a consultant, a contractor. Doesn't seem right.
We all used to be contractors back in the day. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, I guess Becker is being framed, and we are witnessing it now. So we should What do
But
you
hang
think?
on,
We should
hang on.
intervene?
We have seen her twice at the same time.
We have seen several people twice at the same time,
So people
several
are-
times.
Duplicating people. So there are replicants and duplicants.
Yeah. And I guess we saw in one of the newspaper that there was something happening, and let me open the newspaper again. The Wallace with the bootleg replicants. Do you think it's connected?
Yeah, probably. I mean, one of the questions that Novak was asking was, what's the point of making bootleg replicants? What's the money in it? Maybe it's not money. Maybe it's just the possibility of having two of something to frame people, to, don't know, delegate.
Frame people
Body
getting away
doubles.
getting away with something. So I guess Becker was maybe very near to find something, and they
Maybe.
wanted to frame her.
Says here, bootleg replicants are said to be sold to organized crime groups and other underworld outfits using stoner outdated technology without any of the safeguards provided by Wallace, like the ones we have after all. We are safe, aren't we, Fenner?
I don't know. Are we a bootleg? I don't know. Don't
I
we have
don't
a
think we are
such a-
bootleg. No, we are definitely not a bootleg.
No, you've certainly rubber stamped in the real McCoy.
We have got
Look at you two having a conversation like you're real people.
Yeah.
Hilarious. It's like
There
seeing dogs
was-
walk on their hind legs.
I will ask you, if when she tells a lie, I will make the nose extend a little bit.
Oh, that's awesome.
There was a
Uh,
boy.
We were having a moment here, and then he comes and talks about dogs and hind legs.
I'm just going to change the scene.
Yeah, please do.
Because we're back to familiar. Instead of there, maybe that's Becker sitting on the other end having a cigarette or something. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So are you two, just before I leave the scene, Percival and Fenner, are you still going to stay in the RET lab, or are you going to...
Yeah, I guess this is getting serious. We need Becker is.
are you going to go up
our-
and support?
Yeah, we'll support Becker. Maybe because we need to make sure that she's the real Becker after all, because We saw 2 backers.
Do you want to go and watch that Voight-Kampff-Test
Yeah, maybe.
from behind the
See
mirrored
if-
screen? Went so well last time.
Yeah, I will not break the windows. Last time they knocked me out of it, so yeah, I will not throw a earth share this time.
It's okay,
Unless-
Novak's there.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So if you're coming into it, the interview's set up. Rebecca, you're sitting down another end. Roy's up there, he sets up the test, he just runs a few of the basics. You're familiar with this so far. And he says, just relax. But remember, response is a factor in this test. It goes through everything you're familiar with.
Say to him, maybe we should have it so that I answer a question, then you answer a
I
question.
will be the one answering.
Why are you doing this?
Question.
Why are you doing this?
He doesn't say it's that. I will be asking the questions, please. We all go through this baseline test once we're over that.
You're muted, Matthew. We cannot hear you.
No, not muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so given I'm an old hand with Voight-Kampff, I'm going to watch from the observation, but I'm going to be watching very much at what McCoy does. I'm going to, anything he does that's out of procedure, I probably know most of these scripts by heart anyway. If he deviates from one of the standard scripts, I'm looking at his Voight-Kampff technique, basically. I'm not watching what Becker does. I'm looking at McCoy. Carry on.
Okay. Right. I hate when it does this. So yeah, it just comes up. Let's start with a few of the basics. You're off-world. There's a firefight. You're surrounded by your comrades. One of them is in front and wounded. A replicant, your squad, goes out and helps to get the wounded soldier, who's human, down. But they get hit as well. You go out, but you can only rescue one. Which one do you grab first?
Replicant.
Every time I'm going to ask one of these questions, you give an answer. You make a manipulation roll.
My best. My best. Just regular roll.
Yeah.
I see donkey with a horn.
Interesting. And
Ooh, nice.
okay. Then you're in a darkened, isolated room. You hear the sound of a baby crying. It won't stop. How does the sound make you feel? And how do you respond?
Annoyed, but I pick the baby up in my arms and cuddle it.
Okay, again, manipulation. You're watching television. It's an angry, violent show. While you're watching television, a wasp lands on your arm. What do you do?
Watch the show.
Again? Another bit.
Oh.
Now he takes out. This is the bit where you get a little interested in it, because what he does, he picks up a case file. He's up, and he puts over, and it's a Polaroid post picture of it. Who do you see in this picture? And it's a picture of the bright eyes coming out, and this looks like yourself coming out of bright eyes. So how do you respond to that?
I've never been to Bright Eyes.
Oh, so you know it's called Bright Eyes.
Say so.
Well, it's on bright eyes. It's on the it's on the big neon blaring light. That might be the clue.
Am I allowed to push?
Yes, you're always allowed to push.
Yeah, good push.
Oof.
Well done.
She's stressing you out, I can tell.
That is stress. That's true resolve. You're kind of, because of that image, when you start hearing the bum, 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 bum,
Mm.
your heart is beating. from
However,
that.
this is good. This shows you're not a replicant. I think. I have no idea.
Hang on, you have no idea? I thought you were the professional here.
I'm surprised you haven't gone down.
As a gamer, I have no idea how the Voight-Kampff is meant to work. My character knows exactly, but
Yeah, I'm surprised you aren't going down after this. Quick, I need to requisition a shotgun just to be sure.
I don't need to requisition a shotgun. You know I can retire either of those two people in that room.
So, yeah. He's kind of holding on. It's a bit of a very long pause. He's kind of looking around a bit for it. And he says, describe in single words only good things that come to you about your mother. And his hand is not touching, but you can tell his hand's underneath. And this is an old technique, Blade Runners, that Novik knows, is that, yes, there was this big incident that happened way back that how Holden got hit. So he holds on to his gun for it. He's hovering underneath.
So,
His
sorry,
hand's on the
just
table,
clear,
ready.
from my point of view, are we trained when you ask the mother question, be prepared to get shot or attacked?
There's a possibility for this, yes.
Okay.
Because
So
please see Exhibit A in Deputy Chief Holden's.
Yeah, okay.
so
But
this
then it
this
would be my instinctive training as well when I hear that question to get asked that I put my hand on my gun as well. Just saying. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as far as a player, my understanding of my character is she's come from the outworld. She's come back. She grew up as a farmer, or her family was, and
Yep.
she just was fed up with being outside of the world. Never felt kind of comfortable in any spot. But I don't see myself being that aware of the intricacies of the Voight thing test. Yes,
The Voight-Kampff, yeah.
Voight-Kampff. Am I right that I would not be aware? of these subtleties?
You might have not known about the subtleties, but you would certainly have been told stories about it. It gets passed around because everybody now kind of knows. Basically, it's an out of character. It's one of these things out of character because everybody's seen the film and know that when they ask about the mother, somebody gets shot.
Yep.
Therefore,
so
it's one of these around the locker room chat.
Yep. Okay, so I would have heard what's going to come next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on what you answer. So I'll repeat what he said.
Yeah.
Describe in single words only the good things that come to you about you in your mind about your mother.
Hair. Perfume. Love.
Yeah.
Divorce.
She can make another manipulation roll.
Ugh. Oof.
Okay. So there's a very couple of tense seconds on there, and McCoy raises his hand up and says, "Right, I'm sorry. I was pretty sure that you were skin job right now when I met you. I had to be sure, and you're not. Please, accept my apology." Offers his hand.
Do I notice anything unusual?
Coco hasn't been here, right?
Coco hasn't.
Nobody's tested his hands.
No,
Nobody's tested my hands,
Coco,
right?
Coco's tested your hands. So he's done that before you went in.
I look at his hand, and I slowly raise my eyes to his. You're doing your job. No need for courtesy. And I
is there a button to speaker in the room?
You know what, you can, yeah.
Okay, so through the intercom, I'm going to say, McCoy, you ever taken the Voight-Kampff-Test?
Of course. We all take the Voight-Kampff test.
How about, for old time's sake, by way of apology, you let Becca do you?
Love it.
Okay. Now, just going to clip for one moment. He's just kind of laughs. He looks like he's always going to leave the room. Anna, Percival, on your KIAs.
Mhm.
The blood test coming back
Mhm.
on the fingernails. Matches to 1. R. McCoy.
Mhm. Mhm.
BR. Blade Runner in RED unit.
Are you in the room with me?
No, you did say that as a speaker, but that's what these two get.
Yeah, but I thought you'd Fenner had come down
Only
to the room.
Personal and Fenner only get this message.
Okay, but is Fenner in the room with me? Because she was observing, I thought.
Yeah.
that's what I had thought
You are in
Well-
the same room.
as a player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
It can
that's
be the
what I
same.
yeah.
understood.
They're in the
So if
same
you want
room,
to tell
so
me, I'm all ears. I know. I will turn the speaker off.
So just for clarity, what's the ruling? Were they in the room with Novak?
Or are we behind the screen?
Yeah.
Because I assumed I was behind the screen.
That's
I'm behind the screen as well.
Bruce?
Yep.
Okay, so
Sure.
I don't know, right? I don't know that they're behind the screen.
No, you
but
only know that I'm behind the screen.
I
Well, you've
know
just
that,
heard. You've just
and
heard.
I just
somebody
heard
did speak,
his.
yeah.
But I've just heard his voice alone. I didn't hear any other. And I say to McCoy, sure, but as soon as I was given this kind of reprieve, if that's, I don't think, whatever, I flip him the bird from just, I don't put my eyes off of McCoy or his hands.
So you're flipping the bird to.
I'm flipping the bird to Novak.
no.
Oh, Novak. Yeah.
The owl.
Well, I can do twice as much for you kids. Yeah. It
Um,
feels
I'm
like
not here
feels
to
like
be
that old-
liked. I'm here to do a job.
It feels like an old Friends bit. Chandler says the great thing about being behind this two-way mirror is you can't see what fingers are putting up.
So I guess I look at McCoy and I say, I'll do it.
At this point, the door opens and Holden says, "No, I'll do it."
Ooh.
Can I watch?
Behind the scene, behind the mirror.
So Holden. So let me get the layout of this right. The three of us are in the observation room, right?
Yep.
There's a
two
corridor,
are in
I'm
the-
guessing. So we didn't even know Colden was down the corridor in his wheelchair, right?
No, he's not a wheelchair. He can walk. He just
Oh, he can walk.
wheezes.
He's got an
Wheezes,
iron lung.
okay. But he
Yeah,
came
he's got
down
iron
and
lung.
he's opened the door into the interview room without making us aware that he was there. Am I understanding that right?
he
Yeah.
wasn't with us behind the mirror, right? In the observation room.
So I look at the other two.
No, Holden was not behind the mirror. No.
Right.
He comes in a
I look at
separate
the two skin
entrance.
jobs who haven't told me anything yet about what they've received. And with my eyes wide, that Holden was must have been listening outside the door.
Okay.
And you
I
look-
said it to Becca. Time to watch the master at work.
I'm looking at Percival and I'm looking back at my KIA. I'm whispering, what do you think we'll do? This was
as you,
which
yeah, as
autopsy
you're
it
whispering
was?
into that. The autopsy, this was Sephirin's
Okay,
with the fingers,
okay.
bright eyes.
Sorry, I didn't quite actually hear what you were asking me. What do you think?
What do you think we should do?
So he's nodding at the KIA without indicating that he knows anything to me.
Right. I think we should watch and see what happens. Afterwards, we can speak to maybe Novak, but he shoots too many people. Maybe Holden, to say that we have spotted another.
What are you
backer
saying
somewhere.
behind my back?
Because
Should
if
we
this
at
is
least-
the real backer, you know we always talk about you in front of you. If this is the real backer, then the one out there is the fake one. So we must make, I don't know, put an armband on this one to say this one is the real one, or whatever. But let's see what happens. I want to see how Holden copes.
I'm getting a bit paranoid. I don't know if we get paranoid, but how do we know if this is Holden?
Well, there's a term for that. It's called paranoid android.
Come on, Brendan. No, you don't get paranoid, but you do get the simulation of paranoia.
Paranoia.
Hair splitting. Sorry, you were saying you think that Holden is an android.
I don't
a
know.
replicant.
Should we now suspect everyone?
Always.
What?
Trust no one.
Yeah. Okay. If they shoot each other, maybe we can get a promotion. I don't know. Let's watch.
I think you're first
You
in line.
turned into a cynical old bitch, Brendan.
Wow. Just, wow.
Wow.
Becca is, as you're leaving, your carriage leaving, he does give you back your RDU badge and your weapon. The weapon is on safety.
So you can't shoot him right away.
I say to Holden, have you assessed the blood on the weapon?
That is with Coco just now.
Okay.
That blood is the murder. That's still in processing at the moment.
All right.
Actually,
This
what I
is
think I would like
very
to do,
strange.
as soon as Becca's available for consultation, with Finna next to me maybe, I would say, Olsen, come over here.
What's up, Percival?
First of all, well done. You kept your cool in there. Must be horrible to be asked by such an old hand at this.
That sounds awfully like you're saying, well done, you convinced me you're human.
But I wouldn't.
And I pull up the records that we have of two Beccas at the same time. Say, I came across this while I was doing some research on the mainframe.
Who would want to be like me? I'm a nobody.
No, you're
This is
cool.
stupid. No.
You're a
No.
strong, independent woman. You're cool. So, but there are two of you. And if you're the real one, you need to be aware there's another one out there.
Do we have surveillance of this?
Well, I have some records of this.
So I see the records
So
and I see
the-
myself, and I'm like aghast. I can't comprehend why somebody would be like me, or someone would be me, and so I'm very conflicted and just confused about the entire situation. I understand now why I had to take the Voight-Kampff-Test, but I'm now starting to question things.
Yeah.
Somebody that we're getting too close to something very
Maybe.
sinister. And somebody trying to frame you.
What did this dead person in the lab tell you? Or try to tell you? Maybe that's what it was.
Michael said that, and I look around to make sure that there's nothing listening or anything, and I say, McCoy's been around the seawall a lot,
McCoy.
but he's been intentionally spending time there. He's not just there, for basic stuff. There's some type of trade going on with body parts. People have gone missing.
Do you think he
Michael's
was
friend went
investigating?
missing.
Or do you think he was taking part or something?
Oh, he's got to be taking part. I can't believe that he's there to help the situation. He's either on the take or he's directly involved. I don't know who we can trust, but I wouldn't trust him.
He's one of those old timers, and I don't think anybody can trust these old timers.
What are you saying?
I was talking about McCoy.
Oh, I don't trust you either, Novak, but I'm a human. Apparently, I'm superior, so I know a jerk when I see one. That's why I spend so much time with Fenna. She's good company. So is Percival.
We know your intention. You're not corrupt. You're a big asshole, Novak. But a big asshole.
You're not corrupt.
You're not corrupt, and I can just give you my back.
I'm saying all this over my shoulder, by the way. I'm keeping an eye on proceedings happening in the interview room.
What's that going on?
chuckling.
The
I know I'm an
the
arsehole.
the proceedings go ahead. The interview goes through. It's quite impressive work. It takes quite a fair bit. All right, it's calm. Holden is asking a fair number of questions. McCoy is responding to them. And it takes a bit, but eventually it will end. I'm just going to quickly narrate. And he seems satisfied enough that he says you're free to go. Go through it.
Okay, again,
so he
though,
has-
I'm watching the process there.
Yep.
Anything odd in the process of
Mhm.
Holden giving McCoy the Voight-Kampff?
Give me observation.
Observation is something that I am quite good at.
Hey.
If I wasn't so thick.
Oh no, I meant inside that.
No, he's got to do the
Observation.
F-bomb again.
I'm watching
Don't
the process.
demonetize me.
No more F-bombs.
I got a success.
Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to that success. All
I'm
right,
going to hold on to that success. I'm not pushing.
it's fine.
Why ever not?
So you do have a couple of areas going through. And you're observing. Yeah, the process is quite interesting. It takes a bit quicker. There's a bit where you're kind of observing, thinking, surely that would be a time, or that doesn't feel quite right. But Holden seems to carry on with it. And this comes back. I mean, this is about pretty much takes you quite late into the third shift. But coming to the end of it because there's all been going on. And all this drama has been dragged on for a fair bit. So it is now getting quite late in the evening. Says, well, it's been a long day, quite tiring enough. Try and get some shut eye and catch up in the morning. But I suggest working in pairs from now on. So this is now going to go into the fourth shift for it. If you choose to try and do work, you're going to start taking on stress.
I'm not.
This seems to have gone really, really quickly this day.
Well, the whole bit of the LAPD, the interviews, and the drama has taken quite a fair
Yeah,
bit.
it's basically a shift.
So basically what happens is you do get another analysis that comes back on the knife. It is the murder weapon that killed
Michael.
Michael, but there is no handprints on it.
And did we have any analysis on Becca's hands?
On Baker's hands, the hands come back. So what analysis were you hoping for on that? Because you said you were looking or
I wanted to ensure that they knew that I had not cleaned my hands, that I hadn't used any sanitizer or any soap or anything like that. Like, I'd still have residual stuff from breakfast. Like, I'm the type of person who really doesn't give a darn about perfumes and things like that. Like, I'm just a soldier in my head. And so I imagine just after seeing my friend or my acquaintance, I was like, I've got to do this job. I'm not washing hands or anything like that. I didn't touch him.
Right.
So I knew that I didn't have any blood. So my hope is that they would find out that, my prints, my hands are all clean.
Yeah, no, that's fine. There's no splatters or marks hidden underneath from that.
Yeah.
There is there. But because you've now said that, Coco did send you a little tiny bar of hand wash soap. Because you mentioned that.
He's hilarious. He's hilarious, that Coco. So moving into the third shift or the rest shift before the sleep shift, I would have asked Fenna if I could go home with her.
Ooh! Update.
Sure.
I said I say to Fenna, I am not going to be alone, or I can't deal with Hayden tonight, and I just I don't want to. I don't want anybody else to be in danger, but I know that you've got my back, I've got your back, and if somebody's coming after me, you'll be there with me.
Sure, no problem. But don't expect me to be a good host and leave you.
No, I'll sleep on the floor. I sleep on the floor. I'm fine. I've done it lots of times on the Outworld.
I'm just kidding with you. I guess we need to. It was a grueling evening for you.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. My cat will be. Yeah, my cat will be anxious, but Mazarine, she will probably like you.
I'll keep the safety on.
Yeah. No problem. She's my cat is. She senses good in humans, so I guess she will be very happy to see you.
So tempted just to see how the animal reacts, bro.
Snarling at her, yeah.
Want me to roll an empathy test?
Animal handling, I know.
Yeah.
I'm one away from having no resolve.
It's like the Terminator with the dogs bark at Terminators, the cat hisses at replicants, except for Feather. Anything below a Nexus 9 that hisses. Nexus 9 is fine. Anything below Nexus 9 it hisses no.
But it's not a real cat anyway, is it?
No.
No, it's a
second hand. It's second hand.
So we do have that. Percival, what you're going to do? I'm not going to make you both roll because I think you both have kind of got something. So we'll just narrate what you've got.
I think after having been to the book club the previous night, I think I'm just going to spend my downtime at home.
Okay. Normally we'd roll, but I don't see the value at this point.
Fair enough.
So if you do have stress, you can knock a point stress off.
I don't. I'm not stressed.
Not bad.
I'm easy.
Is this resolve?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sorry,
resolve.
I have so many games in my head. Okay, resolve.
It's not just that. They've actually printed it. If you got stress, you can remove a point of stress. Right.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It's resolve though. You call it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Editing.
So yeah, you got that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, but you got to remember this is from the main rule book case file, second case file. This is going to go on. Novak, just before you leave,
I'm not taking time off. I'm going to
because Holden is not going to let you take the time off. He wants to work with you.
You're married to the job, aren't you?
I want you to check out this address on your way back. And it's address, he says, come on.
We're going to do this at the beginning of the next session, by the way, while you're funding.
We will, but I'm just going to tell you for dramatic effect as I use the pause to look up the right page to tell you where
dramatic
it is.
pause.
It is in Sector 5. And it is the address of 1R McCoy.
Oh, home visits.
He wants you to go to apartment 88F.
I'm there like a shot. What I was planning on doing is really working my contacts to dig up any dirt on McCoy that I can find. But I am very happy to go and dig that dirt up in the next session at his house. I will give such a broad grin to what's his name?
McCoy.
Just got out of my head again.
Yeah.
But he will be quite surprised. I hardly ever show my teeth. I frown so much. But I'm very enthusiastically take this job.
Let me at him. Let me at him. I can take them. Scrappy do time.
Great.
Thank you. That was a great session.
That was
Loved
awesome.
it.
So I left
Yeah.
some of the
I'm
dramatic
now
pauses.
wondering. I'm now wondering if we're going to get one more session in.
Probably in
Yeah.
about
Two.
fortnight
Might
or
get-
something like that. But
Yeah.
we can agree that on Discord
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah.
Like,
So
like,
what's your ration, Frank,
My ration.
of evenings playing?
Mm.
What's the suggested ration?
Well, fewer than 5 a week.
Yeah, well, I feel 5. I've never pushed it to 5 a week.
So
Pushing it this week with-
so people at home, that's too much. That's okay. That's too much. But if you're GMing this, you can play this.
No,
Right?
I am winding it down after March. March was crazy. I did so much in March. I had like how many days did March have? 31? I think it was on
31, and I think you played almost.
playing 24 or something like that.
Yeah.
That was crazy because of the March for Kids and the charity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I am trying to reduce it a little bit. But yeah,
Well, thank you, everybody. That was a
thank-
great session.
it was good.
That
fun.
was great.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
really
everybody.
like
Thanks, everybody who's listening.
Yeah.
Have you turned
Yeah,
us off?
yeah.
Farewell, everybody on the stream.
the.
So there we go.